What's up, guys? Got a question asked recently about defense and about how to stay calm and composed when you're fighting and you're sparring defensively, right? First of all, defense is the hardest thing to get used to. It's easy to learn how to throw punches. It's also the least taught thing in martial arts. Everybody wants to learn offense. Part of that's the coaching. Part of that is coaches don't teach a lot of defense, and I think a lot of that is because a lot of them don't have fights. And I know that offends a lot of coaches that don't have fights, but a lot, from my experience, the coaches that have the most fights teach the best defense. And maybe other people have different experiences, so I'm not going to discredit that. But I've been to Thailand, Holland. I've trained in so different states, different countries. I've seen everything in the world, so many different trainers, and so far my experience in the game, it's always the coaches with the most fights teach the best defense, right? So that's a big part of it, is it's not being taught, but also it takes the hardest, it's the longest to get used to. It takes a while to get used to punches coming at your face. It takes a while. There's different drills you can do. I've had coaches in the past do offense defense drills where basically one person will go offensive and the other person just defensive. But from my experience, I feel like that needs to be drilled very slow, because what usually happens is you have one kid that will, or one fighter that will be offensive, come out swing, and the other guy just move a bunch and not get hit, or all they do is block. It's usually either one or the other. It's very rare that the person's working real defense when it's offenses versus defense drill, especially if they're going hard. That's why I recommend maybe doing that drill 50, 40, 30 to 50% even, because you want that person to slip the punch. You want them to parry the punch, catch the punch, block. But what happens is, when you just do the offense versus defense drill, it's just a lot of people doing the same defense. They're either moving, basically trying to get away with their feet, or they're just blocking the whole time. And there's never a slip, there's never a roll, because the punches are coming too hard at them for them to be comfortable to try these defenses. So the answer is, go very slow when you train defense. You need to train defense very slow and let the punches come at you, 20, 30%, 40% speed and power, and or maybe even choreograph the same drills. Maybe you slip, roll, slip, catch, roll, whatever, parry, catch, tuck, whatever defenses that are proper. Try them in a pattern. And then as you learn how to chain these defenses together, just like you chain a 1, 2, 3 together, you may chain a slip, a roll, a leg check, whatever the defense is. But you chain it together in different drills, slow. And I'll do a video on some drills, because I really feel like defense isn't taught a lot, which is, was my problem later on in my career for sure, is I feel like I didn't get that defensive foundation early enough. And it took all these years to try to break bad habits that I developed from early on. So I'll post some videos of some different defensive drills that are really good to work on. But as a whole, my answer is simple. You need to train defense slow. You need to train it very slow at first. The first few months, it needs to be done slow. And your coach can say, oh, you're not going to fight slow, or your training partner can say, oh, you're not going to fight like that. Yeah, but if you don't get used to it, you can never go fast. If you can't do something right slow, then you can't do it right fast. If anybody says, oh, I got to go faster doing something, it means they don't have the technique down. They need to learn how to do it slow first. So there's different drills, partner drills, there's rope slip drills. All of this stuff is online. I would say maybe go on YouTube and look up defensive drills for boxing, defensive drills from kickboxing, grappling defenses, whatever the particular defense is. If it's a defense to a submission, a triangle defense, a head and arm triangle, a Kimura defense, whatever the case may be. I would say if you're a person that really wants to get good at fighting, and you're willing to study some, I would say study as much defense as you do offense. Look up different drills to do, and don't just look them up, but do the drills. and do them, start very slow, and as you get more experience, you increase the pace on it. But definitely do it slow, and then once you do it slow, the next step, I would say, after you do a bunch of drills and get real, efficient in drilling it, I think you should spar, and you should spar hard, but you should spar hard with somebody that's not as good as you. That's when you're comfortable trying new stuff. Is two situations. Either it's light sparring where there's no punishment and you're willing to try stuff, which is necessary as well. But also, I believe hard sparring is very important as well. And the best way to do that is maybe hard spar with someone that's not on your level, so you can try new stuff and be comfortable with the defense. And then as you get more experience and more comfortable within the rounds and the months go by, then try it on someone a little bit higher level or someone equal level to you. But that's my advice, just to stay composed defensively, fighting or sparring. You need to drill very slow defenses. You need to be deliberate and pick specific defenses, maybe defenses that work for your body type. There is research involved here, guys. This is not just you watch a video and you can fight like Mike Tyson, There's research involved. There's techniques that need to be drilled. There's proper technique. There's bad technique. But just look up as much defense as you do offense. If you're studying, or even ask your coach. That's, like I said initially in the video, at the front of the video here, that a lot of coaches don't teach great defense, unfortunately. But do ask your coach. Ask them to teach defense. And maybe if they're a good coach, maybe they're going to go out and they're going to find some drills that you can work, and then maybe they'll do some of that research for you if they realize that they don't necessarily know as much defense as they should. That's what a good coach does. It's not that they couldn't be a good coach because they're not super experienced, but they need to understand that they have to research and do a lot more stuff than what they just were showed in the gym from where they trained at. So do it slow, and then increase your speed later and power, and bunch of drills, bunch of partner drills, bunch of rope slip drills, footwork drills. Look up any defense you can online, striking and grappling, and dedicate 50% of that to your training time. You should train defense as much as offense, not like most people do, 90% defense and 10%. 90% offense and 10% defense, and I've been guilty of that in the past also. It happens to all of us. Everybody wants to hit pads and go hard, or hit bags and go hard, or spar and go hard. But you miss a lot of the details and the technique when you do that. So it needs to be a combination of both. All right, guys, if you're new to martial arts and you're looking for a book, click the link in the description below, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing Your Martial Arts School and Instructor. Basic little guide on how to find a good gym near you to look at. $4.99 on Amazon, very cheap and affordable. Leave a comment on any videos you'd like me to make in the future. Thank you, guys.